Good morning, friends. It's Miss Robin again. It's nice to have you join me. And I was looking at the calendar. It's almost Easter, isn't it? Not too far in the future, and it feels like spring out already. Even the time will change. What, this weekend? Is that right? Okay, this weekend. I'm looking forward to that. I like it to stay lighter in the evening longer. Easter's coming. How do you spend Easter, celebrate Easter? Do you have any special things you do with family and friends? I know some people maybe have special meals with family. Some people go to special church services. Some people like to dye and color eggs and hide them, have Easter egg hunts. That's fun. Some people even get Easter baskets filled with treats and prizes and things. How do you spend Easter? What do you do special? Or do you do anything? Do you celebrate Easter? Just curious. Let us know. All right, today I entitled this program Grab Bag Art, but really it's just a miscellaneous day. We're just hopping around from one thing to the other. All right, I am going to talk a little bit about art and then skip around to some different things. We just have so many wonderful books in our library. It's just exciting that in our country we can have access to so many things like wonderful library books, unlike a lot of other places that some children live in the world. I have some fun books in the library about paint and glue and art, and this is a fun one to read. Too Much Glue. Ooh. It's just a fun book to look. Even the book's just fun to look at. We have books along that nature. Then we have books in the library about art that actually teach you something about art. I have used this book in programs before. It might be something you want to check out. I love to paint, to take home. It features different ways that you can paint and use paints. This one's called Wild Watercolors, and it's just a page or two with a different painting technique. Blob and blot, tape painting. Put your tape down, paint around it, and then pull away your tape. It leaves a design. Scratch magic, another painting technique. Rock and roll. You can see it's just full of different painting techniques. This would be a good book to check out and do several projects with. I've enjoyed that book. Now there are fiction books, and remember in the library, fiction are just fun books, they're not true, about animals that paint. And we have the Jelly Beans and the Big Art Adventure. We have Henri, the Egg Artiste. At Easter time here, that would be a fun book to read. Here's some of the artwork he did. Ooh, or copied on his eggs. Oh, you can see he was a real artist. And then we have a book that's in a kit. You can read the book, I'll pull it out, or you can listen to the CD where the author reads the story. It's a great way to listen to a book in a car as you travel. But here's the book. It's about a squirrel who was an artist. John Lithgow does this book, and he does several books that include CDs with them where he's reading the book. And thinking about reading books, now I'm going to hop to a different subject, like I told you. Something else that's available for all ages in our library, and even children, are audiobooks. And I just want to show you a couple different forms. Here's another book. We've got several of these classics, what are called classic books. This one is The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, and it comes in a little bag that has a CD where you can listen to the story also. And then we just have lots of just general books on audio. Runaway Ralph. We have a whole section, so ask about these in the library, or you can just see them when you're in the children's department. And here's one called a Playaway. We don't have a lot of children's playaways, maybe a dozen. And a Playaway is a little device that has an entire story on it. And you could even, like, maybe if you had a shirt pocket or something, keep it in your pocket. But it has a place to put your earbuds. And so you have just a little device with your earbuds, and you're listening to a story. Really small little unit there, but they're fun to have. And they're also in the adult and young adult departments also. All right, now that I've hopped away from that, I'm going to read you 3 books today, and you might say, oh, Miss Robin, I'm not going to listen to 3 books, but they're very, very short books. So stick with me to the last book because it's just a silly book that'll bring a smile to your face. We need silliness sometimes these days, don't we? Okay. The first one is an art book, and you've probably heard me or Miss Kathy or somebody read this in the past. And it's called I Ain't Gonna Paint No More by Karen Beaumont, and Harcourt is the publisher. Notice the expressions on the character's face as we go through the story, all right? Very simple, but just fun book. I ain't gonna paint no more. One day, my mama caught me painting pictures on the floor and the ceiling and the walls and the curtains and the door, and I heard my mama holler like I never did before. You ain't gonna paint no more. Ooh.
Look at his feet.
I ain't gonna paint no more, no more. I ain't gonna paint no more. That's what I say, but there ain't no way that I ain't gonna paint no more. So I take some red.
Sorry, I don't understand.
And I paint my head. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Oh, what the heck? Gonna paint my neck. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Still, I just can't rest till I paint my chest. Woo!
Oh my goodness.
Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Wow. Guess there ain't no harm if I paint my arm.
Ooh.
Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Look at all that. Yeah, she
He
painted.
paint those.
I ain't gonna paint no more, no more. I ain't gonna paint no more. But I just can't stand not to paint my hand. Now I ain't gonna paint no more.
I've done that.
Then I see some black, so I paint my back. Now I ain't gonna paint no more.
Oh, he's gonna be in trouble.
Like an Easter egg, gonna paint my leg.
Ooh.
Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Still, I ain't complete till I paint my feet. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. I ain't gonna paint no more, no more. I ain't gonna paint no more. But I'm such a nut gonna paint my what? Y'all don't faint, 'cause there ain't no paint. So I ain't gonna paint no more. Fun book. Painting. All right. Since I said it's a miscellaneous day, I'm going to hop around. I'm going to read an Easter book. Easter's coming up just a few weeks. And when she said paint her leg like an Easter egg, it just made my mind go down that road. So here we go. The Story of the Easter Bunny. By Catherine Teagan, illustrated by Sally Ann Lambert. And HarperCollins published this book. On a snow-cold day in a snug little house, a round old couple were making Easter eggs. The round old man blew the insides out, and the round old woman painted designs on some of the eggs. The rest they dyed in glass cups, while their little rabbit watched. There were eggs the color of daffodils and of soft new leaves, and of robin's eggs and of violets. And one day, when the winter wind blew outside, the round old couple made baskets out of straw. They wove and twisted and braided the straw together while their little rabbit watched. On an early spring day, when the snow was melting and water trickled down the eaves, the round old couple made chocolate eggs. The round old woman melted the chocolate and the sugar and the butter on the stove. The round old man poured the chocolate into tiny molds, and their little rabbit watched. One day, when the sky was blue and the church bells rang and the world seemed new, everyone in the village said, "Happy Easter!" And the round old couple brought every child a straw-filled basket filled with Easter eggs, as they did every year. and their little rabbit watched. A year went by, and Easter came. The straw baskets were on the table, the Easter eggs were in a big bowl, and the chocolate eggs were carefully wrapped in foil. And the round old couple were fast asleep, but there was still a lot of work to be done. So the little rabbit twitched his nose. He hopped up onto the table and put the eggs into the baskets. It was like magic. The little rabbit scooped up the baskets and hopped down the lane. He left one for every child in the village. He didn't think anyone saw him. The next year, the little rabbit colored the eggs and cooked the chocolate and wove the baskets and delivered them on Easter morning. The little rabbit made more baskets every year, and the round old couple helped him. The little rabbit hopped all over the countryside, and the children knew the Easter bunny came. One year, the round old couple could not help the little rabbit anymore. They were so very, very old, and the rabbit knew he could not stay in their snug little house anymore. Too many children were discovering his secrets. So the little rabbit found the perfect place to make his baskets in a shadow-filled wood nearby. Only a rabbit could find the entrance. The rabbit set up one room for making chocolate eggs, one room for coloring eggs, and one room for weaving baskets. The little rabbit's friends came to help him. Now every year on Easter morning, when the sky is blue and church bells ring and the world seems new, the Easter bunny delivers his baskets. Perhaps he has left one for you? Happy Easter. And I love the picture of this little countryside village in the back of the book. Isn't that a beautiful place to live?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Pretty church.
So many beautiful illustrations. All right. Let's end on a silly note. How about it, okay? Miss Susan's rolling her eyes across, holding the camera at me. All right. The Dumb Bunny's Easter. Dave Pilkey, he writes and illustrates Captain Underpants, Dog Man, all those books. He wrote and illustrated this book.
Is that a turkey on top of the Christmas tree?
With Halloween decorations, 4th of July things, Valentine's, underwear. Scholastic is the publisher of this book. All right. Dumb Bunny's Easter. Remember that title, Easter. It's Easter time, right? It was December 24th, and the Dumb Bunnies were getting ready for Easter. Mama Bunny was stuffing the turkey. Papa Bunny was nailing up valentines. And Baby Bunny was giving eggnog to a merry group of carolers. That's my boy, said Papa Bunny. Soon it was time for Papa Bunny to go out and pick out an Easter tree. So he put on his winter clothes and got ready to leave. Can I help you pick the Easter tree? Asked Baby Bunny. I'm very good at picking things. I can see that, said Papa Bunny. So Papa and Baby Bunny went out and found a wonderful tree. It was right in their neighbor's front yard. Papa Bunny took the saw and chopped the tree down. Chop, chop, chop. Then Papa Bunny carried the Easter tree home. Baby Bunny helped a little bit. Later, Papa and Baby Bunny put up the tree, while Mama Bunny brought 3 boxes down from the basement. Now comes the fun part, said Mama Bunny. I'm going to go back and forth between these pages and let you see this. I get to put on the lights, said Papa Bunny. I get to put on the ornaments, said Mama Bunny. I get to put on the tinsel, said Baby Bunny. And so they did. Then it was time for Thanksgiving dinner, and everyone pitched in to help. Papa Bunny carved the turkey, Mama Bunny tossed the salad, and Baby Bunny cut the cheese. That's my boy, said Papa Bunny. After supper, it was time for the bunnies to celebrate their dumb holiday traditions. First, they painted Easter eggs. Then they watched a little football on the TV. And finally they ran to the fireplace to hang up their stockings. Maybe we should have taken our stockings off first, said Mama Bunny. All night long, the Dumb Bunnies hung around and talked about the true meaning of Easter. I hope the Easter Bunny brings me $1 million, said Mama Bunny. Oh, yeah, said Papa Bunny. Well, I hope the Easter Bunny brings me $1,000. I hope the Easter Bunny brings me a balloon, said Baby Bunny. Now, don't be greedy, said Mama and Papa Bunny. Sorry, said Baby Bunny. And that night, while they slept, the Easter Bunny came in a shiny red minivan, pulled by 8 flying pilgrims. The Easter Bunny gathered up dozens of the most beautiful eggs he had, and he dropped them down the chimney. Ho, ho, ho! Look out below, he yelled. And the next morning, the Dumb Bunnies were thrilled to see what the Easter Bunny had brought them. They had to admit this was the most terrible Easter they had ever had, and they hoped their next Easter would be even worse. The Dumb Bunny's Easter. Did that make you smile? It just made Miss Susan roll her eyes a lot. All right, thanks for having fun with me. I'm going to mention one thing before I go. In the front entrance of the library, as soon as you come in the door, you know that Miss Rebecca and I, and Miss Sam sometimes too, have craft bags that you can take home. And this week, I have bags called Grab Bag Art. And a grab bag is when you have a bag. You may purchase a grab bag in a store. I've seen them years ago for like $1 or $2. You purchase a bag, you have no idea what's in it. It's like a mystery bag. And you take it home and open and see what it is. But this is not something you purchase. This is just a bag you pick up at the library. It's filled full of mystery contents. And what I want you to do is be creative, like an inventor or an artist, and take out all those contents, pour them out, and look at them, and see what you can come up with to create or make. If you're having trouble thinking of some things, I had some thoughts I'll just run through with you. Maybe you could make a robot, a greeting card, a planter, a birdhouse, a collage. Collage is where you take little pieces of things and make an art picture. I think I had a picture of a collage, a couple where you just glue things flat on a paper, or you can glue them in a 3D fashion, a fashion that's not flat but stands up. You could make bookmarks. You could just do a picture that's just artwork. You could decorate something you already have. Just be creative and come up with something. And please either post it online or bring it into the library. We could display it for a couple weeks. But stop by, pick up your grab bag art mystery bag, and see what you can come up with to create for us. All right? Have a fun week. Take care. And thanks, friends, for joining me again today. Bye-bye.